Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in again. I've been in the process of determining what videos to make next, and I've decided to crack open this game called The Last Caretaker. Now, this came out, I believe, a few months ago, early access. I've been keeping track of it. It didn't have a ton of content originally, but it's been updated heavily since then, and it went on sale recently for the Steam sale. I thought I'd pick it up. Now, I hope to make probably honestly a series of videos about this game. Might even just start over and record a playthrough, but I did want to do a quick introduction to it just to let you know that I'm having a great time with it. Essentially, the way the game works is you are an android of some kind. You can see yourself there, who is kind of left behind with the last of humanity, or maybe no humanity left. I'm not entirely positive. And you're tasked with taking care of everything and trying to get things ready for humans to return. I might be completely wrong about that, but essentially the way it works is you operate out of this boat, and you start out at this sanctuary dock. There's not much to do there, and then you just kind of go out into the ocean and explore. Now, the game kind of tells you all of the landmarks, so you see where I've been so far. The first objective was this navigation beacon, and my next one is to go to this Lazarus complex. I'm guessing that has to do with trying to find lost humans. Along the way, I've explored a few points. I'm probably going to explore a bunch more as I go to the Lazarus complex. The habitat node just basically had some resources, unless I missed something. The navigation beacon, there's several of those apparently to unlock through the game. You have to like reconnect their power, fix their transmitters, and that directs you to the next one. Also at this helipad, I started scanning blueprints for some kind of gyrocopter, which sounds awesome. That's one. I need two more. And then at this Helios Reserve Orion, I found a bunch of like documents, and I don't seem to be able to do anything with them. I have a feeling that we do run into humans at some point, and there's things for them. I found some other kind of miscellaneous human objects like a guitar, a basketball, teddy bears, some children's drawings, books. So it's quite likely that I will be indeed coming upon some humans at some point. Now, I've just finished with this area here. There's one thing I wanted to check. There's this broken android hanging from this crane who appears to be holding a page. I'm not entirely sure how to get that. I'm guessing I probably go from up there. Let's try that. But yeah, so far it's basically just going from place to place, scanning things, and there's a really robust crafting system in this game. On our boat, and you can build another, there's a recycler where all of the miscellaneous stuff you find can be broken down. Let's see if I can make this jump. I do have this. Oh, that did it. Now I have to dive in after. Oh, that was important. That was log data. Okay, so yeah, let me talk for a moment about the boat. The boat is kind of your mobile base, and I always like games that do that. And what's interesting is it has two kinds of power plants. It does have a diesel engine, which is the orange, and as you progress, you can build like extra cylinders for it, or this one is different. This is called a booster, which I'm guessing is like a either more efficient or less efficient but more powerful add-on for the engine. But it also has an electric engine, and that has the same thing, the upgradable cylinders. I filled this out with the standard ones, but I still need to finish up the diesel. And so the boat kind of has two different power sources, and how you replenish them is a bit different. So diesel, obviously you need to find diesel fuel, and you find it in tanks. Like here's a tank of diesel. You find it in a lot of places. I usually bring them back to the boat, and then you can use these ports scattered throughout the ship to pump into the diesel tank. But there's other ways to get diesel. I've discovered one. There's a diesel refinery that you can build, and you see that the input is electricity, the output is diesel. You just need to give it organic matter, which you get by killing creatures, at least so far. There's probably other ways. That's another way to get diesel. There's also some things on the map that look like oil derricks or refineries, and I know I've heard mention of oil as a resource, so I'm guessing you get more there. Interestingly, there's also petrol, which I think is used for different things, but we'll see that. But yeah, so as far as the electrical system on the boat, it does have a central battery, and you'll see I have wind turbines and some solar panels. I got a big solar panel out back. So you can craft these to give some kind of passive recharging to the boat. You can also build batteries, or you find these. That's why they're scattered everywhere as I keep finding them. Not only the boat uses electricity, right? Since you're an android, you need to run on electricity as well. And you'll see at the bottom above my health bar, there's also energy storage. And you're able to top yourself up from any source just by doing this. And then, oh, close the door. Didn't want to do that. And then you're able to connect it to yourself, and you see it's charging up here. And electrical cables are like, they're like not a finite resource, but you have to craft them. And they're used for everything. Like you'll see that I use them to wire up the solar panels and the wind turbine. This is what do they call it? An extender, right? Which is basically a splitter, so you don't run out of outlets. Yeah, you can recharge off of your boat or any battery you find. That's pretty cool. I found some other things, like I found this backpack. Well, I didn't find it, I crafted it, that has additional storage on it so you can recharge yourself from it. You also can have weapons. I just have this first one, which is I think they call it an electric pistol, but that needs to be recharged as well. And you'll see that it's, I'm juicing it up right now, but I actually have the plans. There's some kind of bolt pistol, and there's an electric rifle, a few others. Yeah, I'm really digging it so far. What else is there on the boat? So we covered the 2 power plants. Yeah, oh yeah, so crafting. So you find junk all over the place, and a lot of it can go into this recycler. You can just toss big items right in there, or you can do it through this interface. I actually have a few things that I need to drop in there. Yeah, and then you'll see it just pops out refined materials back here. And obviously that runs on electricity, so you got to plug it into the wall like everything else. I like to keep it turned off, and then we can just hoover all that up. There's also a fabricator. Now, I've been able to build everything I need so far just using the build menu, but the fabricator, I think, unlocks some more things. And you see it's got all these inputs, right? You have to plug in electricity, but there's also inputs for petrol, diesel, fresh water, methane, oxygen, and even oil. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that, but can't wait to find out more. I built some storage crates to scatter around. I'm probably going to be eating my words later, but at least at this point, resources are really easy to come by. Constantly having a full inventory with stuff I need to come back and refine and sock away in these containers. I'm not organized yet. I've only been playing like half of today. There's also some other ways to get resources, like the boat has a net that you can drag behind it, kind of like a trawler, and then this basket fills up with random stuff. In particular, seems to be organic matter, which you can use, as I found out so far, to make diesel, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other things to use it for as the game goes on. So yeah, why I started this video now, so I'm about to move to a different spot, and I wanted to show that. Another thing that's neat, so we're going up to the cockpit here. And yeah, there's another port for diesel and electrics. Don't know what that is. You find cans of paint everywhere that you can use to customize your boat. And yeah, the map is here. So I think next, I want to go to this gas station. I want to see what's up there. So let's start by going to this unknown here, because I want to show you how we migrate here. Yeah, we can see info on our resources here. We can see the diesel tank, the electric tank, the battery. The green bar is like how much you're pulling in, and right now it's just my wind turbines that are generating, and the red bar is how much is being consumed. I'm not entirely sure what's using up the power. We're using a lot of power right now. I'm not sure what it is. I think it's a stabilizer, but regardless, once the sun shines, I've got a bunch of solar panels, including this big one I just built. That'll help keep us topped up. You can actually run the boat using the diesel engine or the electric one. So I'm just gonna use the diesel one now. We're not doing great on electricity. I don't want to drain that too much. So let's go ahead and go here. Oh, I need to undo the mooring line. So the boat does have anchors. They're on opposite corners that can hold you in place. But when you're on docks, you can moor here. So yeah, let's get unmoored, and we can get this thing under power. So yeah, I like that you can choose between the diesel engine, excuse me. We gotta pull up the anchors. You see here, one anchor's getting pulled up, and then the opposite corner, yeah, there under the flag, there's another one. You can use the diesel if you're doing good on diesel. You can use the electric, but you can also use both at the same time. At which point their power is additive. So you can, and as I mentioned with the electric power, that can be passively regenerated via wind turbines and solar and such. I haven't unlocked the more advanced turbines yet. I'm not generating a ton there, but we'll work on that. And yeah, because it's nighttime, I'm not getting solar power, so let's use diesel here. As you add and upgrade the cylinders to both engines, they get more effective. So we're just going to go ahead and motor over to this unknown area. You know what? I'm going to be there for a while, so I can go ahead and there will be a lot of time to passively recharge the motor. So I can go ahead and turn that on. And you can see in the lower right, there's, obviously there's our speed, and then our range, and then the amount of diesel and the amount of electric power we have left. So, yeah, and you'll see that my speed has gone up significantly since I activated both engines. And actually, while that's going, I'm going to go ahead and deploy the net. That just works passively, and then when we get where we're going, we'll reel it in and get a little passive resources there. All right, we're almost there, just about half a kilometer. Yeah, and things honestly aren't that far apart in this game. I like that. You see that my next objective, 2 kilometers, just shy of 2 kilometers away. We were about 1 kilometer away from this, and we're already well over halfway there. So there's not tons of nothing. Although I guess I'm double burning resources now with both motors on, so not the most efficient. But here, let's turn off the diesel, and we can do the rest on electric. In my experience so far, the electric motor is slower, but maybe I just need to upgrade it more. I don't know. It might be more efficient too. Sun's coming up. Good music in this game too. It does a good job setting the mood of this kind of peaceful exploration. I don't have to maneuver into any specific spot, but there are sharks in the water. Yeah, you see one over there, and they will get you. There's also some nasty, like, electric eels kind of things that come out at night. During the day, it's a lot safer. Yeah, we can check our... was there a shark right there? Maybe. We can check our net. Oh, so 8 kilograms. It holds about 15, so we're half full. We're not going to be moving for a little while, so let's go ahead and pull it in. All right, so yeah, we just got some scrap that we can put in the refiner, and we got some organic matter too. Since we used some diesel getting here, I'm going to go ahead and show the diesel reactor, the diesel refiner, turn that on. And so anything organic, we can just drop in there. And you see we have diesel coming out, so let's go ashore. Can we make the jump? Maybe we can. Yes. All right. Need some scrap there. And open the door. That's a little morbid. There's just biologic matter and nothing else. Yeah, these notes might be helpful. We got new log data. Is that it? That's all we got here. Let's actually, I wanted to head over to that thing with the gas station icon, so let's deploy our net there, and we'll get to motoring. NDNS node. I'm not overly worried about, like, coming back to things later because, as mentioned, the things are fairly close together. Might be eating my words later, but so far, haven't had much of a problem getting places. I'm getting so much organic matter. I have heard it's you need a lot of it later, but I don't know. I don't really feel like building more storage, and it's so easy to come by. I just dump it all in the diesel refiner. Probably not the whole game solution, but hey, diesel's great. I love. Look at that, just that big wad of God knows what getting smushed in there. There it is. Yeah, very satisfying. Maybe this gas station will give us some clues as to other ways we can get diesel. So, okay, so we deployed the net, pull up the anchors, and I think I can get moving here. Yep, I like how you can see that big orange rudder flap around there. That solar panel I have in the back, that actually moves to follow the sun. You see, as the ship turns, it turns too. That's kind of a nice touch. That's the tier 2 solar panel. The tier 1s are just the flat ones I have on the front deck there. Most of the spots that I've stopped at, I spend quite a while there, so it's a lot of time for the electric battery to recharge. Oh, there's also a horn. Because there has to be. Oh, look at that big, nasty monster thing on the top of the stack there. Oh god, these things. Okay. They're called biolights, and they seem to chase light, so they're massively annoying. This electric gun does an okay job of killing him, but it doesn't hold much of a charge. I don't know if they do anything, if they drain power, maybe they do. But they're super annoying, and they will attack you. They don't do much damage, but if there's a lot of them, yeah. So yeah, see, they cluster on lights. There's an opposite version of them called Bio Darks that do the opposite. They run away from light. Okay, so yeah, we're... okay, that's something I haven't seen before. Giant bees. Now, they appear to be mechanical. See, they're giving me copper scraps and such. Okay, so yeah, usually when you get to a spot, there's something of a puzzle to solve. You see in this, there's a electric cable going in there, and I'm guessing I can't... oh no, I can't open the door. Okay, sometimes you can't open the door until it's powered. Yeah, I need to run a cable through that, pass through there, get some power in here. I don't know what all these tanks are. I'm guessing they're diesel. Yeah, there's also this creature here. I don't know if I'm supposed to use the electric gun around the diesel. I actually haven't saved. Maybe I should do that. Oh yeah, regarding saving, you do it with these backup stations. So you do have to manually save. Well, no, I think there is an autosave, but it's not that forgiving. So let's hope we don't detonate all the diesel. Ah, more bees. Okay, that wasn't so bad. Oh yeah, these things you have to then whack them to take the tentacles off. Yeah, and they explode into that nice juicy bit there. All right, so these are going to need repairs, but I should probably first clear out all the enemies. Okay, so yeah, lots of, looks like petrol, diesel. Screw you. I don't have anything to use petrol for just yet, but I've heard it's, in the later game, it's a big deal. Is there another way to get in there? Sometimes there is. Oh god, the blobs. All right, well, here, let's try repairing some of these diesel tanks. Oh god, the eels. They're a huge pain in the butt, so I'm gonna try to fight them from over by my boat here, because they don't like the light. But they die pretty quick. There's just a bazillion of them, and they just keep coming. There's always more. Yeah, they travel in the ocean in these huge swarms. Yeah, you top up your health from these healing stations. There's one on the boat, but you find them in various areas. There's actually one on shore here. Ah, more eels. Okay, well... we need that organic matter, I guess. I'm basically just farming diesel at this point, and I'm okay with that. And if any are alive when the sun comes up, I believe they just die. The interface for dealing with all these cables and stuff is pretty smart. That could easily be a huge pain in the butt, but they make it work. Very well thought out. This is kind of satisfying, you know, like squashing bugs without having to worry about having to clean it up. I like the job of the sound designers who figure out, you know, how exactly to make the best squelching noises. We're going to try something here. I'm going to get one of these many batteries that we have sitting around. You find these all over the place, and you can craft them too. So I want to play this game some more. I want to get all this crap cleaned up, organized a little bit. And you know what? Let me give you a teaser what I'm going to do next. I think next I'm actually going to go to the Lazarus complex. I feel like I'm ready for that. Got plenty of fuel. We even got some petrol, and we know where we can find a little bit more. I think I'm going to craft another weapon, so we don't have to recharge that electric pistol all the time, and I think we can get on our way. So yeah, I'm absolutely going to be making at least one more video about this game. We'll see how it goes, but yeah, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you again.